Hi, peace. So, we are gonna get into this full moon. We're gonna get into this eclipse, and we're gonna get into Pisces being the ruler, the 12th house being the house of this eclipse, and what themes I have been identifying for a week now, up until this full moon, which will be tomorrow, September 17th. And it will last for 2 days, I'm pretty sure. Like the energy of the full moon, we can feel it today. And it will be at its pinnacle, at its height, at its fullest state tomorrow. The eclipse will occur. And then the 18th will be the settling of the energy. And we'll feel this eclipse for a couple of months, maybe possibly a year, up until the next one. So yeah, let's dive deep into it. I have a cozy blanket because it's a little chilly. We can feel fall in the air. My house is getting a little cold. I'm enjoying the crispiness. I am. I'm a fall baby. So yeah, let's get cozy. Let's get comfortable. Let's get ready to receive this beautiful message. And let's take a deep breath, too. One more. Okay. Alrighty. So, I want to start off by saying you gotta believe in yourself. First and foremost, you gotta believe in yourself. What I'm saying is this culmination of lifetimes within one lifetime, right? I think we can all acknowledge the fact that we experience multiple deaths within this lifetime. We experience multiple rebirths, and there have been so many timeline shifts up until this point. You know, we're in this 8th year. This is a karmic year. We're realizing, 8 is literally the infinity symbol. It is what goes around comes around. And so within this energy, we are realizing how many shifts in this lifetime up until this point we've had to go through in order to get to this point, right? All of the energy that we've been pouring into ourselves, all of the energy that we've been pouring into others externally it's been very reciprocal, right? It's been very reciprocal, and also we've had to come into this realization that it is really us who determines how good or how challenging our life is gonna be. There are things out of our control, but ultimately we can control our behavior. We can control how we are addressing certain challenges. We can control ourselves and how we experience this life. It's truly up to us. It's not about anyone else but ourselves in relation to how we are experiencing our own lives. And so we really have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe that we are the best versions of ourselves, and we're continuously becoming better and better and better and better and better. We're continuously growing and becoming our highest version. And this 12th house, this Pisces energy, is so beautiful because I feel like, the 12th house is the last house. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. And it is really when our souls have ascended. It is when our souls have passed on into another realm. And that could be in this physical 3D world experiences here on earth. And that could also be as we transition into the ancestors realm, into the Akashic realm, where our souls have transitioned outside of our bodies and where these bodies die. Confirmation. But so as we are dying, a lot of us are dying in a lot of ways, because this eclipse signifies the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. That is Pisces. That is the 12th house. There is death there. There is ascension there, And so as we ascend higher, we literally pulled raise your vibration. So as we ascend higher, there are areas of our life that we have, of our lives, right, collectively, and of our life individually, that we are being called to sit with, evaluate, and see the areas that need improvement within them. Because as we have ascended to this higher version of ourselves, to this higher timeline, right, and connecting with this highest vision that we have for ourselves, this idealistic vision that we have for ourselves, where we are our own idols, where we are our own gurus, we have to see the parts of ourselves that are dying off, right? And we have to see the parts of ourselves that no longer need any of our energy at all. And so the 12th house, it encapsulates the angelic forces, the high vibrational forces of our lives, our angels, our ancestors that are guiding us through this world, from the other side. And also it encapsulates the energy that is, it encapsulates the energy that is 333 on the clock. But that is life sucking, that is somewhat, demonic, but that is just not giving life, but taking, sucking, and it not being reciprocal, right? That's when we find ourselves having terrible habits that are decreasing our lifespan and our life force. That's when we find ourselves in, the negative self-talk, in the non-believing, and in not having faith within ourselves. And then, we find ourselves in certain situations and interactions that also aren't the best for our life force. But we always have to acknowledge the fact that everything happens for a reason. I always acknowledge that we do have to experience, some of us have to experience these things that are not the best, right, for our life force, for our health, to appreciate what it means to be healthy, to appreciate what it means to have our cups filled, to be in fulfilling relationships, not only with ourselves but with others. And sometimes you got to experience the lack to appreciate and acknowledge the abundance. And so I see that we are transitioning into this energy of abundance, right? This energy of an abundance of love, the energy of this abundance of health and resources and faith and trust and miracles, and it's all coming through, right? Within the cards, I see this. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna get into these cards in a second, but we're coming into this abundance, right? And acknowledging the lack mindsets that have been holding us back from achieving and feeling and immersing ourselves in the abundance and letting and surrendering to that lack, letting it go, letting it out of our system. Within this Virgo energy, because we're still in Virgo season, the 12th house and the 6th house, Virgo and Pisces, are a reflection of each other. They're sister signs, they're sister houses, so they go hand in hand. Your routine, the way that you interact with your own spirit, is how your spirit will interact with your routine. So acknowledging, thank you. So acknowledging your spirit every single day, acknowledging what gives you life, interacting with that, choosing that. It's all about choice. Choosing what gives you life, what fills your cup, choosing that always. In return, will continuously be fueled and will fuel this life for us, will fuel the directions, the opportunity. Like as you fuel your spirit will fuel you. As you fuel your ancestors and your spirit guides, they will fuel your life. They will fuel the directions that you go in, the spaces that you enter, the food that you eat, the places that you travel. They'll fuel the small interactions that you'll have throughout the day, you know. And so continuing that karmic relationship always, that is the 6th and the 12th house. We have to continue to fuel that through our everyday interactions, through choosing ourselves as well. I see that within this full moon and within this eclipse. It's like, how up until this point have we been authentically expressing ourselves and fueling our cups through choosing our authentic expression, through choosing, you know, our internal guidance, or have we been living our lives for other people? Simply put, I see this like divide amongst the people that I've been reading for, and amongst my community. There's this divide between the fulfillment that I see and the light that I see within people's eyes, that are living their purpose, that are living their lives for themselves as a reflection of the legacy that they want to leave for the younger generation, for their family, for the wealth that they want to bring into their family. I see the light in their eyes. I see them having the best time with the biggest smiles and fulfilling relationships. I see it, even though, you know, obviously, like, everyone has their challenges, but I can see the difference between someone who is living their purpose and truly embodying that every single day, and someone who is living someone else's life, that, you know, they're living this image of themselves that was told to them, that they've been conditioned to identify with. I can see the loss of their soul within them, like this questioning, this constant questioning, like, man, like, I could be, but why am I not, you know? And not being able to see, like, it's because this is not the image that you have of yourself. This is your father or your mother's image of you. This is not you. And so I also see that, and there's this big divide within that, and I'm praying, you know, that those souls, those beings can, like, come into their full expression of themselves, moving forward, and in that cycle of living someone else's life, of living out someone else's image of who they are. So wow, that's this full moon, this eclipse. It's like, are you living out your purpose? 333 again. I guess that clock is a little fast, so I saw 333 twice in this reading. Look up 333. Let's look it up right now. Let's see the information that the angels want us to know. 333 angel number. To end the reading, let's go to, let's see. Okay, go to this. So in numerology, the number 3 represents self-expression, communication, creativity, optimism, and joy. It is a very powerful creative force that amplifies our thoughts, words, and emotions. So when we're living in a high vibration, expressing ourselves joyfully and positively in the world, we attract more happiness, abundance, and good fortune, she explains. Oh, wow. The number 3 also serves as a reminder that harmony is everywhere. Our minds, bodies, and spirits are connected as one. You have to take care of your life in a balanced way or everything will suffer. Okay? So, the first meaning is you need to find balance. Okay? It is time to get balanced, whatever that looks like for you. It's also a call to assess the areas of your life that aren't fully rounded out and self-correct. We were just talking about this 6th and the 12th house. Come on now, what areas are rounded and what areas aren't in that 6th house, in that routine house? Self-correct it so your cup can always runneth over. 2, it is time to celebrate yourself. Celebrate the growth, honey. Celebrate the growth. Your angels will send that to you when you see, your angels will send a celebration to you when they see that you've been making strides to uplift areas of your life that you perhaps were neglecting in some way. The third meaning is you should lean into joy and creation. I'm not going to read everything. 333 is also about connection and lightening up. Add some fun into your relationship to be more positive. Okay. This is beautiful. Yeah, a lot of good confirmations. About what we just spoke about within this beautiful reading. The last card that I pulled was Expect Miracles. Didn't really go over the cards, but I think the ones that are standing out to me are Expect Miracles, Raise Your Vibration, Divine Timing, Sacred Plan. All of them are. But honesty and communication as well. And leaning into being honest within ourselves, asking ourselves these questions. Do we feel like we have areas of our lives that need to be fully rounded? How are we interacting with our life force? Are we doing the best that we can? Are we living our lives for ourselves in relation to the legacy that we want to leave? And also, the legacy that we want to leave is this sacred plan. That's the legacy. Divine timing is always continuously stepping into this beautiful growth that we're always coming into as we raise our vibration. These beautiful embodiments of ourselves that have matured and grown into wisdom, and expecting miracles along the way as we fuel ourselves, fuel our purpose, fuel our life force with healthy habits, healthy self-talk, affirmations, with beautiful connections that are reciprocal and accountable. And as we come into this beautiful relationship within our own selves and being in that relationship being reflected externally, the miracles are continuously going to come. The miracles are here, baby. They're here for you, and they're continuously going to come as we live our lives. I love this. I love this Pisces. I'm a Pisces rising. So, peace and love. It's beautiful. Have a great rest of your full moon experience. Take deep breaths, ground, journal a lot, dance, work, do it to accomplish your dreams. Pisces is also accomplish your dreams. Do it, honey. Do it. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can. You can do it, especially if it's for the betterment of humanity, of your community, of your family. Do it. Do it. You're doing great. I love you. Peace.